okay, so wash cars, you can sell stuff that you do have still. Sometimes you have guys that'll link up with somebody that's in a better position, and that person will give them a proposition so they can make money. And what I mean by that, they'll hustle for somebody. So yeah, that's ways of making money out here. Sometimes I even know people that would sing for money. They would stand on certain areas and they would sing, and people would drop money inside their little pail or their little bucket. So any way to get a dollar, basically, you find a little hustle and stuff like that.
Rick, how you doing, Rick?
How you doing, Mr. Malcolm?
Chilling, brother. God bless you for showing me love. How old are you, Rick?
31.
Where are you from originally?
The Philadelphia area, Tyree section.
Paint us a picture of your childhood, Rick. What was it like growing up?
Well, my childhood was probably basically like anybody else's childhood. I grew up in a house. I had a mother, I had a father.
Okay, you grew up with your mom and your dad. What about brothers and sisters?
I have a few siblings. I have 2 sisters and like 3 brothers on my dad's side, stuff like that. Yeah.
All right. Now, growing up, how was your household like?
Growing up, in the beginning, the household was fine. Like, it was like anybody else's household. It was real, like, holy and stuff like that. But then eventually, my mom and my dad, they got like in disagreements, like a lot of relationships, and so they separated. And my mom did everything she could to raise us. Yeah, she did. She did the best she could. But father wasn't around, and then father eventually went to prison, so he really wasn't around. And so I turned like 14. It was the first time I ever like really engaged and really just talked to him when I knew right from wrong.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
so around that age. Yeah.
Do you have any favorite childhood memories you can think of?
Like going to the carnivals and fairs and stuff like that when I was younger. Yeah,
Yeah, I know,
that was
that's
awesome.
right.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was always cool to go to.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's talk about school, Rick. Middle school and high school. What type of student were you?
I'm gonna be completely honest. School, I ain't always take school as seriously like I should have. A lot of regrets with school. So elementary school, I was awesome all the way up to the 4th grade. Then once I got to middle school, I guess this is part of me growing and development, trying to see who I am a person. I was getting into a lot of stuff, like fights and stuff like that, getting suspended for just doing stuff I wasn't supposed to be doing, like not making it to class in time and stuff like that. So middle school was hard, and high school, I didn't get a chance to really do high school. I did like 1 year of high school before I had gotten into some real bad troubles, and I had to do some time. So I didn't get the opportunity to have graduation or prom. So yeah.
So what's the highest grade you completed?
10th. Yeah, got involved with a little bit of street activity, but in a negative way, and it turned out to be some of the worst decisions I ever made in my life, and it wound up me having to do a little bit of time. So that was the reason why I didn't get a chance to get a graduation or a prom. All right, so I started smoking marijuana when I was like around like 14. It's my first time ever smoking marijuana. I'll never forget the first time I smoked it. Couldn't really handle it, coughing a whole lot and stuff like that. But I always remember that I liked it the high. So from 14 all the way up to like 16, I was just doing marijuana like regular teenage guys do, just drink marijuana. But then I wound up doing some time, and then I came home and started trying different drugs, being around different people and stuff like that. So that's how that went.
Got you. So now currently out here, what drugs are you struggling with?
Good question. Thanks for asking. Right now I'm struggling with, they say it's dope, but it's not dope. It's called horse tranquilizer. And due to the things that I'm going through right now with me being in a wheelchair, it's been helping me with pain and stuff like that. I'm not going to say that that's the wholly excuse for me using it, but that's partially the reason why I'm using it, is helping with the pain and stuff like that. So.
Got you. Let's talk about the wheelchair. How do you end up in the wheelchair, Rick?
I broke my leg down 5th and Market. I fell on the train tracks and I broke my leg. So yeah.
Damn.
Real
was it
hard.
the same situation you was high too?
High a little bit, yeah.
No judgment, you know. I see it all the time, and you know, people gotta give us a backstory with how it went down.
Well, I was so let me let you guys know too. I should have let you know in the beginning. I am living on the streets right now, so try to find ways to stay comfortable and like the best way you can. So living under the subways for a lot of us homeless out here helps with like rain and stuff like that, or when it's cold out, like you go under there and stuff like that. And I was just under there one night and overnight into the morning, and in the morning I decided to do a drug in the morning, and it just had me a little woozy. And all I can remember is that I'm on the tracks and I'm all in pain, and I tried to get up and I couldn't get up. I fell down immediately, so I knew something was real bad. So that's how I broke my leg. I spent a night overnight on the tracks, and I had got up early in the morning and was practicing the drug that I was trying to explain to you guys earlier, the horse tranquilizer, and I fell and hurt myself a little bit. So it was awesome. From the jump, it was awesome. I never met so many nice people. They were awesome. Let me know everything was going to be okay. Let me know that I was going to be able to walk and run again. It's just that it's just going to be a battle, like learning how to walk and stuff like that again. Yeah, so they were awesome. Yeah, it's just that when it came to the pain medications, it wasn't doing anything. Like, it should have been stronger stuff or try something different because it wasn't doing anything. So the horse tranquilizer really has been helping me out with the pain issues and stuff like that.
And what hospital did you go to?
Oh, I was at Jefferson's. Oh, this happened, broke my leg March 6th. Yeah, wow. So March 6th of this year, broke my leg. Yeah. To be absolutely honest with you, brother, the addiction that I'm going through right now, it's been horrible, man. I mean, like, you go from every day waking up to steadying routines as far as keeping yourself together to slowly but surely they start slipping. And you go from caring about and living about things and standing on certain standards to you just don't even care any longer. So I would have to be completely honest with you and tell you it's been a horrible experience. I just been losing everything, and every day it's been a battle. Like, sometimes the drugs make me depressed, so sometimes I don't even want to be here. Like, then due to the wheelchair situation, I'm so needy now in life. I'm so used to being able to do things on my own, but now since I'm in the wheelchair, thinking that the drugs will help me, they're more hurting me than if anything. So it's been a real bad experience. One of the things that I always said I regret, and I wish I never ever touched, I wish that I fought through the pain a little bit harder, even though the medicine wasn't strong enough. I wish I still fought through it, other than trying to run to the drugs on the streets, because it's been a horrible experience.
Right.
To be completely honest, right now I really don't have no family right now. When I came home from jail, I thought I was doing everything right. I was doing things that I never did in my life. I got jobs, and I was supporting people. I was giving people money, and everything was fine until I was getting fired from jobs and stuff like that. Then people started treating me differently and stuff like that, didn't want me around any longer. So right now, it's not even fully because I'm on drugs that I don't have a family. It's more wholly because I have a selfish family. My family is selfish, and when I don't know if it's due to because when I did my jail time, but people moved on, basically, in a way. They look at things a little differently than me. You know what I mean? They grew up in a certain type of way, because I did almost 5 years altogether. So there was some time I did away in the years where we would probably be learning how to get stronger together. So I don't know where it all went wrong yet, but I still love my family. But right now I don't have a family, and I'm learning how to adapt and network on my own, like with society. And I must be honest, it's a challenge every day trying to network, because I'm so used to being in between walls and stuff like that.
Wow.
Institutionalized, if you say. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
So what's a day out here look like for you, a day in your life?
Trifling. This stuff is bad out here, man. I want to put this on my worst enemy, man. You every day you wake up, you're trying to figure out how you're going to eat. That's always a challenge, trying to figure out how you're going to eat. Trying to figure out what opportunities you got out here. Like, is anybody going to help in your situation? Like, it's hard, like keeping yourself safe, because you never know what you can run into, and there's always bad stuff around lurking in the darkness. So it's a challenge every day just being out here, man. Like, even just being yourself is a challenge, because people don't know you, they just see you for just being on the streets, so you automatically be stereotyped as a bad person. They already got labels on you, so it's a challenge every day just trying to be yourself. I lost a few friends through overdoses out here, So if I had to say what was the worst thing, and it'll be having to see a friend die, like directly in front of me, basically. Like, call 911, they came, they pumped his chest, tried to get him Novocaine. They put him in the back, and thinking I was going to see him tomorrow, and he never made it. So that was one of the hardest things I seen out here. A friend of mine overdosed. Well, I must be honest, even though I've been going through stuff and challenges and stuff like that out here, like I always stay true to myself and always look at reality. Like, for instance, like I understand that even though I'm doing the horse tranquilizer, I understand it is wrong, but I also know at the end of the day it's not me, and that it ain't gonna get me anywhere, and I don't want to be on it. So I understand that I'm gonna get myself out the jam and out the hole. It's just that I don't know like how long it's gonna take, but I understand it's a process though. So.
Right.
Yeah, I'll make sure I keep myself up, even though there's a lot of negativity out here. I keep myself up and stay true to myself, understanding that I'm still young and that there's better stuff out there for me. I just got to keep striving and keep trying, no matter how hard it is out here and how negative people can be. Just keep trying. So 2 months ago, I was stabbed by somebody I thought was my friend. Stabbed me, and I'm just looking at it and I'm like, "Were you kidding me?" So it's like, just because I'm in a wheelchair, it don't mean I'm special. People still try me. When I sleep at certain areas, people try to go in my belongings and stuff like that. See what I'm saying? I'll be around certain people, they try to fast talk me and stuff like that. Like, I ask people for help, they only want to help me if they getting sent out the ordeal. So yeah, it's challenges being in the wheelchair. And I'm just grateful that it's not for the long term. Eventually I'll be out the wheelchair, so that's a blessing, yeah. So here's the shelter story. I've never ever been in a shelter a day in my life until recently. You got some real nice people out here. Everybody's not negative, and I ran into some real nice ladies a week ago, and they hadn't did me a favor and they hadn't helped me get into a shelter. So that was real nice to them. But the bad part about the story is that I left the shelter. It's just something that I wasn't used to. I must be honest. It was just too fast for me at the time. And to be completely honest with you, I started to crave for the drug again. So yeah, like I started to crave for the drug again. I held on as long as I could, all the way up to the hours I could, and then eventually a time clock went off on me and my body started changing and started aching, and I started feeling like I was going to throw up and Earl and stuff like that. So I left that situation, not just because I wasn't familiar with it and and it was something new to me, but also because of me being addicted to the drug. So I'll tell a younger person to just always be themselves, man. Don't never worry about and care about what nobody think about you, because at the end of the day, you gotta live your own life. But always stay true to yourself, always. Like, be a leader before a follower, always, because a follower always winds up losing the race and always winds up into the situation they're trying to get themselves out of. So always be a leader and try to lead by example, and I promise you, people will follow behind you.
What are some things you like most about yourself?
I like how strong of an individual I am, because I never thought a day in my life I'd ever be homeless, and I know that I was doing everything I had to do for my family when I came home from jail, and I just never thought they would let me down like this. So I just like how much of a change and I've grown as a man, because I wasn't always like this. Like, it was one point in time in my life I just was a negative person, maybe because my father wasn't around due to jail time, or maybe because I was trying to find myself, or it could be because I was trying to be down. But either or, I never was always like this, and I just like how positive and how I've developed as a man and stuff like that. So that's what I like about myself the most. I like my honesty too. Right. Always willing to tell the truth, and sometimes it be hard because sometimes people can't take it. I'm always willing to give people the truth, because I'd rather tell a person the truth than tell them a lie, because then if I tell them a lie, then they can't. There's no way or no room for them to get better, because they believe in a lie. So being as though if I be honest with them, then now they have a chance to improve. So yeah, that's what I like about myself the most. My mental health is awesome, all the way up to the point where it comes to the drug part. I must be honest, that's the part that I hate the most. Like, I have I have real good self-control skills, but leading up to the drug part, that'd be the part where I'd be struggling with the most. So if I had to grade it, it'll probably be like around like a 7.5, but only due to the drug problems that I'm going through. But everything outside of that, I have good. It's good. Everything's good with that.
Do you have a favorite band or artist you listen to?
I don't have a favorite band or a favorite artist, but I do used to listen to Lil Durk.
Yeah.
He's a real good artist, a real good person, and I actually seen him come up from ground up. So if I had to pick somebody, it would be him, though. I really like a lot of his music, and I know a lot of his music.
When you was a little kid, what do you want to become when you grow up?
When I was little, that's an interesting question. When I was little, I never really had anything I really wanted to be. There was always something I was always confused with. Like, just like with somebody people would ask, well, what's your talent and stuff like that. I never knew what my talent was. So when I was little, if I had to say what I wanted to be, I probably wanted to be a lot of things, but it was never nothing like, all right, I want to be this and be that. So
right.
I never knew. I just knew that I wanted to be grown, so I didn't have to keep following rules and do things that my people was trying to tell me I had to do and stuff like that.
No, that's right. What's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Pisces.
When you look at the world today, Reed, what type of change would you like to see happen?
A lot of change, but most importantly, if I had to choose one, I would have to say what hurts me the most is how us as black people don't stick together any longer. It was one point in time where as though we was the strongest race out here, like, but nowadays we just fell in a lot of categories, but one of the categories we fell in the most is sticking together. Like nowadays, the only thing we doing is killing each other, and that's what I hate the most, man. I just wish that more brothers can like unite and stick together, man, because that's what we need. And especially if you talk about leading by example for the new eras and stuff like that, I just wish that we could learn how to stick together more often, because a lot of this stuff be over nonsense, and it be small issues that could be just talked over, but people just be, it be their egos or it be what they believe in, and it don't be nothing, man. So that right there makes me sad every day, man, how us as brothers used to be so strong, and we used to be the strongest race, and now it's just breaking down slowly but surely, and people just all out for themselves nowadays, and brothers hurting brothers and stuff like that. So I just will hope that us as brothers and as blacks and stuff like that could unite again. Like, even though it seems like far-fetched, I just will wish that we could all start coming together again, man.
It's beautiful, man. I felt that in my soul, bro. We need that, man.
Absolutely.
If you had to pick to fly or be invisible, which one would you pick?
It'd probably be flying.
Why?
Because if I could fly, I'll always be on time for anything, any situation. If I could fly, you know how many people I could save throughout the day?
Yeah.
Like, I could save people, like, for instance, people that's in houses that's burning down, that's on fire, I could save them from that. I mean, I could help build things in a faster radius because I could fly it up there to the tallest buildings and stuff like that. I just wish I could fly. Like, not only that, flying just seems so cool. Like, you know, everybody ain't gonna be able to do it, so I know I'll be up there by myself. So flying, I have to pick flying rather than being invisible. Okay, all right. I would just like to say I would like to take ownership for my side if they feel as though I did let them down, but I just couldn't find any areas where I let them down at. I was always there. I was never a coward, and I just don't know where I let them down at. So I would just say I would take ownership for my responsibilities. If I let them down, I would just like to say I'm sorry, even though it didn't work out. I would like to say I'm sorry, and I just hope that they're doing well, and that eventually, probably we could all get back together again eventually one day. And I ain't talking about us dying for us to get back together. I'm talking about us all still being here. I will hope that we can all get back together. And I will hope they stay strong too while I'm not around. And I will want them to know that I'm doing my best, and it's gonna be all right on my half. I'm gonna do everything I can, even though they probably don't expect it or don't want it to happen. I'm gonna do everything I can to make it, so yeah. Well, number one, most importantly, to not be homeless. That'd be number one. To not be homeless, to never ever feel pain again. Like start off with getting me out the wheelchair, and like I said earlier, for all the brothers to unite all over again, man. Because I don't think a lot of people realize how strong black brothers are, man, and how much we are to the world, man. But the way it's breaking down, we can't do anything. But how much leaders we really are, though. But we just not standing up any longer. Everything is violence nowadays. So that'll be my three main wishes right there. Number one, most importantly, to get out this wheelchair, so I can start working again. Like I ain't never ever in my life wanted to work so bad in my life before. So my short-term goal is to get out this wheelchair and start working again, because believe it or not, even though I'm homeless right now, I help people and I like helping people. So I want to be able to get back to that again.
There are a lot of people in this world who judge people who struggle with addiction. What's your message for the world?
My message to the world is don't never ever judge people with addictions, because like I tried to explain earlier, I never ever thought a day in life I'd ever be homeless on the streets. So my whole thing will be, if you can't say nothing positive, then don't say it at all. If you can't think anything positive, try not to think it at all. And always realize this too, you can be me tomorrow, because nobody's special. Life has its own things, like it just come. So just don't judge people, because you could be that person tomorrow, absolutely. Because I never thought I'd be out here. Like, you could have told me 1,000 times and I'd have told you was a liar. And look at me, I'm living reality. So just try not to judge people, you know what I mean? Understanding that you could be that person tomorrow, so yeah.
Damn, that was deep. Is there anything you're in need of that we can help you with?
No, thanks a lot for letting me do this interview, because I hope that this could some way, somehow reach somebody out there that could be struggling or be hitting down that road, and they can see me and see this video right here, and it can inspire them to not even take that route, because I'm telling you, man, it's hard out here, man. Like, everything that I'm going through is hard, but most importantly, I just don't want people to go down my path. Even though I'm learning it from it and stuff like that, don't go down my path, because it's better paths to go down than the path I went down. And most importantly, drugs. No to drugs, all drugs, even marijuana, believe it or not. Try to just stay off the drugs.
So don't be bitter, be better.